Hi, my love. This is going to be your full-size year of you reading. This reading is going to be done in parts. So it is a lengthy reading, and I can't do it all in one sitting because it's just such a big reading. So sometimes I have to take like a minor break, or I just have to cut the video in half because it gets too long. So it will be done in parts, 2 parts or 3 parts, depending on how many messages come through for you. Okay, so I'm gonna cleanse the space because I just did a couple readings. I'm gonna start it off with your year card as well as the tarot reading portion, and then we'll get into the other stuff, okay? So for your year card, I added up your birth date, and the numbers. Your year card for this 2020 season is going to be number 12. So number 12 is the Hanged Man. Yes, the Hangman. So the year of the Hangman for you, to me, is a year of, I don't want to say no action, but I feel like this is a year of really practicing your patience, practicing your ability to observe, to see the situation for what it is, your ability to step outside of yourself and to put yourself in other people's positions, other people's shoes, see perspectives with a new set of eyes, that kind of thing. So that might be a challenge for you. Maybe that's something that you're just you find it naturally difficult to do. So if that's the case, then this will be a year of lessons for you as well. The other thing about the Hangman is I feel like when he's in reversed, he's so full of ideas and inspirations. So I feel like this is a year of you will be receiving amazing, inspiring ideas and things to do, but you're going to be kind of faced with the dilemma of, do I want to take action right now, or is now a good time? Is now the right time? So I feel like that's also something that maybe you constantly ask yourself, like, is now the right time? Is this the perfect time for this? And if you find yourself constantly asking yourself that and then you never take action, it makes sense why the other parts of your year cards are the court cards of the Knights. Because the Knights are all about action, okay? So you have the Hangman here who's like, he's just going with the flow. Sometimes he can be stagnant in a negative sense. But I really want you to understand that before you take action, you need to learn to carefully consider, think things through before you do something, okay? So I feel like that might be something that you struggle with, like you have impulse control problems. You have the problem of taking action and not really thinking things through beforehand. So that's why the Hangman is like your year card. He's a reminder to take it slow, to consider, to think things through before you take major action. So the Knight of Cups, be patient with the heart, matters of the heart, with your love life. Be patient with those actions. I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, but the Knight of Cups is being more gentle with love and relationships, whether it's romance or it's people that you talk to on a daily basis. Learn to listen and not speak before them, okay? Learn to be a listener in that sense. Also tapping into some nice like writing, poetry, getting into some sort of creative outlet for yourself. I feel that with the Knight of Cups too. Something gentle, reading, poetry, music, something of the arts. The Knight of Swords is the impulse card, okay? So this is something for you. This is a lesson learned, okay? You need to learn to act after you've carefully considered. But there might be times coming up this 2020 year where you're going to have to take swift action, and you're going to have to just kind of do it. Just do it just to get it over with, or do it just to, think after, act first, So I feel like there's a bit of like contradictory going on with your year cards, and that might make sense for you later in the year because I'm kind of seeing it as like, you got to be careful and be mindful of your actions. Don't think before you leap. But then sometimes with with the Knight of Swords, sometimes it's necessary to take action. So I feel like as your year starts to unfold, it'll make more sense for you. Sorry if you hear background noise. I have my window open a little bit because I wanted some fresh air in here, and the car is going back and forth. You could hear them. Knight of Pentacles. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is patience, okay? Patience. And when it comes to the money and the finances, this is a year of you kind of, I would feel like this is a year of saving, okay? Not spending so much, that kind of thing. I feel like you need to focus on saving your money and trying to figure out, you know, some goals with your finances, paying off bills, paying off some debts. Putting a little bit of extra money in the savings account, that kind of thing. And then we have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is passion, okay? Going for what you truly desire. And I feel like this year it's do that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be passionate about things. Don't be afraid to go for something that you truly want. So there's things that interest you, or, you know, or if you're single and you find someone that you're passionate about, you know what I mean? Like, achieving it, going for it. Don't be afraid to take risks. But with that Hangman card, it's also make sure that you are carefully considering and thinking things through before you take major action. Okay, so those are the cards coming up for you for the year. Like I said, it feels kind of contradictory, but I feel like that's going to make sense for you later on as your year develops. So we'll see. So let's pull cards for your question. So your main question for the reading was just, you kind of want just to see what you should be focusing on and what guidance, you know, takes place for the year 2020. So we're just going to kind of see what's coming up for you. Obviously that's going to be the gist of this reading, because I'm going to be pulling month by month. But for the tarot, let's just ask energetically, what are some things that you should focus on for the year 2020? Ooh, okay. So these cards and this one. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Justice card fell out. And then you had a whole bunch of tarot cards that just fell out. So let's just put them all out there. Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, the World, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and Wheel of Fortune. So I'm seeing a theme here. I'm seeing action. I'm seeing moving on and breaking cycles. Because we have Wheel and we have the Wheel and the World. They're both circular cycles. So I feel like this year for 2020, you really need to focus on breaking bad habits. You really need to focus on breaking old cycles. Is this relationship issues with the Three of Swords? And then you have the Three of Pentacles. Is there somebody that you're constantly like, and it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a friend or a family member where you're constantly like, you guys are, you know, you're friends and you're getting along, and then like something happens, drama happens, and you guys kind of disconnect, and then you reconnect, and then you disconnect. So if there's something like that, somebody like that in your life, that is a cycle that you need to break free from. Okay. So this is a kind of finding a new path, finding a new direction to take to get yourself away from these habits. Now, this doesn't just have to be physical habits with people. This could also be emotional stuff for you, breaking some bad habits that you may have acquired throughout the years. But for whatever the case, I'm seeing that as like cycles. And same thing here with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. A lot of mental conflict, okay? I also feel like this is rearranging your sleep schedule for the year 2020, because I feel like insomnia or just not being able to concentrate and to allow yourself to sleep and get a good night's rest is coming up too. So we want to kind of break those as well. Getting yourself into a new sleep routine, getting yourself, you know, into, you know, learning to relax before you go to bed to help you get a good night rest. For some reason, the ASMR came up for me. Like right now, I just thought about it. My personal thing, before I go to sleep, I like to do either I like to read, I like to watch ASMR videos, or I like to meditate. So it's one of the three. And usually it's ASMR because that's what relaxes me the most. So I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Google ASMR Look it up on YouTube or watch a video and see what happens. But it's really relaxing, and I feel like that might kind of help with some of this mental tension that you have. It's like your brain doesn't let your body rest. It's like your body wants to sleep, but your mind is still going. The other thing I'm seeing that came up is the Seven of Swords. So this is dealing with some drama. This is dealing with lies and people just not being truthful with you. Okay. And then the Justice is like people needing to get what they deserve. So I feel like there's a karma thing happening, especially with the World card and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like the year 2020 is a lot of breaking up, especially with that Three of Swords. There's going to be some connections that you have with people. Like I said, it could be family members, friends, or lovers, or ex-lovers. But there's going to be a need to disconnect from these people, okay? So you might be seeing a lot of those themes happen in 2020 where you're going to see, you're going to find yourself disconnecting or falling away from or having a falling out with someone in your life. It sucks. Yes, I'll say that. It does suck to see that happen, but you also have to trust that sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's the universe's way of protecting you. And it's just like, you no longer need that person in your life because they're so toxic. Okay. So let's also see what else energetically is coming up. For your 2020 year, we have freedom. I love it. Shielding, protection. You are special. So a renewed sense of value in yourself. A renewed sense of value. Freedom is setting yourself free from people. I do feel like this is the year that you cut cords with certain people in your life. People who just no longer hold a space, a special place in your heart. And I see that with the shielding card too, is protecting yourself, learning to protect yourself, learning to set boundaries with people. And then with the angels and masters, so this could be, 2020 could be a year of energetically connecting with your guides and your angels. This could be a year of you aligning your chakras and getting more involved with the holistic sense of healing. This could be a year, maybe you book yourself a chakra healing reading, or what do you call it? Like a session, you know, getting a Reiki session done at your local metaphysical store. Highly recommend those. Or having a chakra reading done. I do chakra readings through the cards and stuff, you know, so having something done. And I feel like this could be like a monthly energetic checkup for you that you can do throughout the year. But I feel like this is a year for you to get more involved in the holistic sense. And not so much, I'm not saying don't go to the doctor, but I'm saying like go to the doctor and do your usual doctor checkups, but also have a spiritual checkup as well. But I feel like that freedom card is huge for you. You're going to be setting yourself free in 2020 in some way, whether it's freeing yourself from a relationship or a friendship that is toxic, freeing yourself from, maybe it's a job that you no longer align with, or it's like some debt that has been holding you back, or it's, limiting beliefs from yourself, you know, whatever the case may be, is like you want to break these cycles. You have a lot of cycles, old habits, bad habits, and some karma that's coming through in your reading. So you're gonna see a lot of this stuff for 2020, but I feel like you're gonna be okay. Like it's not gonna be anything super crazy, but it is gonna be enough to catch your attention. Like you'll know what's happening when it happens. Okay, so what time is it? We have 14 minutes. So let's get into the actual like reading of like each month. So let me move my cards out of the way. I don't want the video going more than 30 minutes because then it takes forever to download. So so we're just going to see how far we get. I'm going to pull cards for every month. So we're going to start obviously with January, and we're just going to give you an idea of what your 2020 is going to look like. Please keep in mind anything that I read future tense is subject to change based on your present actions. Nothing is set in stone, okay? So you have the power to change things as you'd like to. Also, please take notes on the reading because this is a lengthy, wow, the cards don't want to shuffle. This is a lengthy reading. So you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff come up and you won't remember months down the line. So I do encourage you to write notes. So go ahead and pause this video if you need to get a pen and paper if you don't already have one. Alrighty. So I'm going to pull from the chakra cards, obviously the tarot cards, and I've been using my indigo angels. Let's switch it up. Let's use the earth magic. Since I already used the indigo for the tarot reading. Okay. All right. So for the chakra, you have the sacral chakra for January, flexibility. We have iceberg, submerged, and you have the Ace of Swords coming up. I'm like trying to decide how many tarot cards do I want to pull. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, iceberg, and flexibility. Ooh, and you also have the Emperor, and you have the Six of Wands. Wow. Okay. For January, okay, so this is where I'm seeing like opposite energies with you. Submerged, you're coming out. You're usually in hiding, okay? This is a challenge for you to come out of yourself, come out of your comfort zone, come out of hiding, come out of the shadows, okay? And then I also see flexibility is like switching things up. If you feel like you don't have the time to do some of the things that you really want to start to see happen for 2020, you're going to have to make that time. And you're going to have to be a little bit more flexible to allow for that time to happen, okay? It's sacral chakra energy, which is the chakra that is in your abdomen area. This is all about your passions, your ability to create. It's about your goals and your motivation, like what motivates you. And so obviously, usually most people for the beginning of the year, we set goals. We set, New Year's resolutions and stuff. In order for you to achieve it and to do it, you're going to have to put yourself in a different kind of a schedule. So waking up earlier to make time for it, going to bed earlier so you can wake up earlier. Those are the kinds of things I'm talking about. And then also taking a leadership role in January, okay? I don't know what you do for work, but that Emperor card is saying you need to take initiative for the self, okay? Being independent, taking a leadership role in your life for the month of January. Month of January is looking to be very powerful with that Ace of Swords, your voice, okay? Speaking your truth, the voice, the power of the voice will be coming through in January. Some truths will be coming out in January and successes, okay? So you're going to have a really good, positive month and a really positive month as long as you are taking yourself out of hiding, okay? Don't be hiding in the background. Sit front row center. Be more confident with the self. I feel like that's one challenge you need to embrace. Being more confident with yourself. The Emperor is also about structure, okay? Structure and like routines. So maybe setting up some sort of a structured routine for yourself in the mornings or sometime during the day or, one day out of the week in January to get you to achieve the goal, okay? I also like the flexibility card is like stretches and exercise. So if that is something that is on your list to do, setting some time aside, 15 minutes before you get ready for work or whatever. Do some stretches, do some crunches, jog in place, you know what I mean? Just to get your body moving. All right. So that's January. February, we have grounding. We also have stillness. You have 9 of Cups, the Hermit, and the 4 of Swords. Wow. So different energy from January. So February, you're dealing with the root chakra. The root chakra is all about, it's in your spine, the bottom of your spine, or the bottoms of your feet. So for the month of February, it's going to be really important for you to ground yourself, okay? Get rooted, okay? I feel like this is clean house, get rooted. Make sure you have a schedule for the day you're going to pay your bills, the day you're going to do this and that, laundry day. You know what I mean? Like, you need to start, I feel like you need more routine. You need a little bit more routine to keep you in check. The grounding card too is like, get some earth energy in there, okay? Get some earth energy, eat earthy foods, but also get yourself outside for a little bit, you know, get some fresh air, that kind of thing. Stillness, it's with the lake, literally taking time to just take in the moment. Stillness, quiet yourself. Learning to have patience with your day, learning to have patience with each day as it passes, but embracing the stillness. Go for a drive without music, okay? Literally just listen to the road, listen to the sounds around you. Lay in bed at night with no music, no TV, nothing. Just lay in silence, meditate, relax. You have the Hermit card coming up for you. So this is definitely a month of inner work, okay? Looking inward, staying in more, less spending money and going out, that kind of thing. So February is kind of like a quiet month for you. It's a 9 of Cups month too, so there's a lot of positivity and a lot of good things going on. It's a really, really good month emotional-wise for you. But the 4 of Swords is saying slow down, okay? So the month of February is a slow, quiet month. This is not the time to do any crazy, you know, have crazy plans and going out every single night. Like, this is I'm staying in on a Friday night kind of a weekend, okay? Still, grounded, quiet time. And I bet you most likely as you do this, you're going to see some answers come up for you, like especially if you're in prayer, asking your guides and stuff for guidance for that month. You're going to be receiving a lot of answers. Usually when you're still and whatnot, that's what's going to happen. So February is going to be a nice, quiet, peaceful month for sure. Ooh, so we have your Angels and Masters card coming up for the month of March. Stone People, Vigilance. The World, there's your Habit card. The 9 of Pentacles and the Devil. Yep. Oh yeah. So the Devil is all about temptations, toxicities, okay? Breaking the chains. The month of March, if there's if breaking habits and whatnot, breaking those cycles, disconnecting from people, the month of March is the month you're going to start seeing it. That's probably why February is coming up to be a quiet, looking inward month, because your guides are preparing you for a lot of shit to happen in March. The Vigilance card is coming up, which is telling you to be strong, okay? Stay strong and stay firm with your choices, especially if you're disconnecting with people, okay? It's not easy. It is not easy breaking habits. It's not easy disconnecting from people that you love and care about, but it has to get done, okay? The 9 of Pentacles is also showing me abundance in the month of March. So even though you're going to be going through, you know, disconnecting from people or some bad habits, you're probably going to find that by breaking some of these bad habits, like getting rid of it, you're going to have a lot of extra time. A lot of extra time to do other things that you didn't have before, or some extra cash on hand. Especially if breaking habits, maybe you have a bad habit of spending or shopping when you don't need to. If you start minimizing that, you're going to have a lot of extra money left over. Okay? So I see that happening here. So month of March is focusing on breaking cycles, breaking bad habits, putting an end to something toxic. Okay. That's also probably why getting a Reiki session done or having a chakra reading done or some sort of an energetic check-in reading done will be good for the month of March, because it'll help you realize, like, to see where you're at. Okay. So really good month. I'm excited for that. I feel like it's going to be quite a busy and definitely an important month for you. But that's why it's going to be really important that you take advantage of February being a quiet time. Okay, let's get through one more month and then I'm going to have to end the video and start a new one. So for the month of, that was March, April. So the month of April, we have visualization, the third eye chakra. We have winter solstice reflection, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. Yep. Your months, March and April, are going to be your heavy months. This also came through in your original reading. So breaking those habits, okay? Breaking those ties, the drama. The Seven of Swords is coming up, dealing with the lies, the deceits, whatever that is, whatever that represents for you. Visualization is saying you need to trust your intuition on this process, okay? If somebody is making you feel like you just can't trust them, especially with that Seven of Swords, if you just can't trust them or you can't trust what they're saying, you need to trust yourself. Know that you know yourself better than anyone else. Winter solstice or reflection, this is a time for the month of April, is a time to self-reflect on you, okay? You're putting the focus on yourself. Why am I having these issues coming up with this person? Why am I having, this and this and this? Like, why is this stuff coming up? You're going to be asking yourself that, because the Wheel of Fortune is about getting the ball rolling, but it's for you. I feel this is a sense of getting the, literally disconnect. The Five of Pentacles, going through something, okay? Like I said, the month of April may not be nice to you. It may be a challenging month. You may notice that everybody else is having fun times, going on spring break, whatever the case, and you're going through some stuff this month, okay? But you have to stay focused. And know that it's only temporary. So a Five of Pentacles, it's only temporary. It's not going to last forever. But this is a really good time for you to self-reflect, okay? I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I want to say about this. Okay, so I also feel like with the visualization, start picturing yourself and the life and the friends and the connections that you have with people, how you want it, okay? How do you want it? How do you want people to treat you? And start acting that way. You know what I mean? Like, you're putting in that intention that this is what I want. This is what I feel like I deserve. And start acting and treating people the way you want to be treated. That's another thing that's coming up. But yeah, so if you're taking notes, write down March and April. Those are the 2 months where this cutting the ties and breaking cycles and breaking bad habits, those are the 2 months that this is going to start up. Okay? Okay, my love, I'm going to end the video so that I can start a fresh one. Make sure you have your notes with you and whatnot, and I will see you in part 2.